gonna put one leg in front, we do the right leg, and we just go as fast as we can, up to 50 times, same.
Lågt och snabbt, kom igen.
I'm still doing it, even though I'm older, and I make sure I always do it to keep my ball handling good. We're going to keep going. We're now going to go on one leg and then go a figure eight. We're going to go 10 circles. 10. That's one, and then go both legs, and that's two. Just doing both balls back and forth like this. And we do 30 times. 30. And then we switch. Back. So I'm going like this.
Där fixar ni, det har ni gjort förut.
short shot, not far out, very short. So I'm gonna come turn in here, shoot. She would get my rebound. You would get my rebound. I would move here, and you would pass me. I'll take the rebound, and then we move. Then we're gonna all of this ready. Hold up. We're gonna have 5 girls here, 5, and then 4. I think that's for 14.
Ja.
So,
Först till 10.
we're supposed to get tired a little bit. We're going up. We're going to go fast. And then we shoot. Okay. Just going to pass back, and then one triple and a short jumper like this. Same. We're going to make time. Okay, go. Curve the defender. I'm going to come here. One triple. Okay. Do it now. Go.
Okej, fånga. Så ja, bra. Det är curlskottet, bra. Kolla in, studs, bra. Bra.
Okay, now we're going to do the same. We're going to curve, take one triple, we're going to step back a little bit like this. So we're creating space between the defender and you. So that's it. And then curl. Now I step back. We're stepping back in the triple. It's a little bit hard, but go slow. You can go slow. Okay, go. A high floater over the big center. So I'm coming here. Like this, a little rainbow. Over the defender. Okay, I'm going to make hands. Use this power to get the defender off you. So go in the opposite direction. Come in here. Swing it, and a short jumper like this. Okay. Same, up to 10. No, stay there. Same side. Okay. Okay, stop. Let me see. Gå igenom.
Bra Isa.
Swing it, remember? Here. Okay, we're going to curl here. One dribble, and when we're going to it's a layup. Again, we do the curl, one dribble, spin, and we shoot it. Okay, 10. Cross, good job. Take a reverse layup. So we're gonna fake, dribble, to the other side, to the left hand. It's a little bit difficult, so go slow. Okay, now. go to the corner here. So we're gonna shoot on the baseline.
Kommer på bild.
So remember the outside foot. So we're gonna go here, and then we go here, and then we shoot. Okay. Closer, closer. Corner, pass, fake, one time, we go all the way to the left hand. Okay, again, we step, fake yourself, okay, hand, make hand, go. I'm going to talk to you a little bit just about myself and about how it's important to practice extra. When I started basketball when I was 8 years old, and in the beginning when I was 8, 9, 10, up to 12 years old, I was not so good. I was maybe in average in my team. I was not a good shooter, especially not a good shooter. So I decided I had to. One of my coaches came to me and said, if you want to be a really good player, you have to practice more than all the other guys. And I really wanted to. So I started to shoot more. I started to stay after practice and shoot more every day. Before practice, after practice, I would go home and shoot outside. When it was no snow, I could shoot. When it was good weather, I used the time all the time. When I went to the store to buy milk for my mom, I would have a ball, dribble it to the store all the time, and come back, and I would always have the ball. And I found out I was getting better and better, and when I was 14, 15, I was the best in my group. Being 3 years earlier, I was not that good. But this was only because I practiced more than the other players. They were maybe only coming to practice and practicing, but because I did a little bit extra, I was able to go a little bit higher level than they were. When I was at this age, I decided I want to be a professional basketball player. I either want to make it to the NBA or I want to go to Europe and play in big leagues. And I've now played for 10 years in Europe, and this is the best job I can ever think of.
What kind of country have you played in?
I started my career when I was 20 years old. I left Iceland and played in Germany for 4 years. After that, I went to Finland for 1 year in Helsinki. Then I went to Spain for 2 seasons, and then to France last year, and now I'm here in Sweden. So I've been all over Europe, and just to be able to live in these countries is a special. It's how do you say? It's something that not everybody can, and this is only because of basketball. I was able to live in these countries. In Spain, I was able to live on the beach. I go to the beach between practices. It's 25 degrees in the winter. You know, it's something I'm not used to, but this is only something I got because I was able to do it because of basketball. I've traveled all over with my national team. I went to China. I went to all over Europe, and this gave me very how do you say? Because I practice a lot, I was able to do what I love and get paid for it. It's very special. I have 2 children and I have a wife, and it feels good to be able to give them, my kids, what they want because I play basketball. And I've now, like I said, I've been doing it for 10 years. And even though I'm from Iceland, if you're from Sweden, you have the same chance of being a big-time basketball player as all the girls in the U.S. They start at the same age as you practicing, so why not should you be able to make it to the WNBA if you want to, or to the big leagues in Europe. If you want to be a professional, you can. It's all about having the how do you say? To having the will to practice more than normally, because you're not going to get. You can be good by practicing with your team, but you become great and better by doing something on your own. And there's another thing. When you're at this age, you are growing and you're becoming stronger and taller. So this is something I did not think about when I was your age. It's about taking care of your body, eating right, not drinking Coke or sodas all day, not eating candy a lot. Maybe one day a week is enough. Because it's so important to sleep, because now you're growing and you need to rest a lot, you have to sleep long hours. You can't go to bed at 3 o'clock at night all the time or 2 o'clock. Because now it's very important time for you when you become a grown up, you know? And for me, for example, my body is like my tool, you know, like somebody who is making a house uses a hammer, I use this. So I have to make sure that I eat right, I don't stay up late, I eat vegetables with my food. This is something I never thought about when I was younger, so I think it's important to you guys to know it now, that it's so important to take care of this, because this is what you're going to use as your tool if you're going to be a professional basketball player. Like I said, all these exercises with the ball, 2 balls at the same time around your leg, you know, this is all stuff you can do on your own. You can do it outside your house. You can have 2 balls and do these exercises where you go back and forth. This is something so easy to do with 1 basketball. If you're a hockey player, it's difficult to go out and practice hockey, you know? So you are very lucky to be able to practice on your own with a basket. Or with 1 basket, two girls together, or just one, doing these exercises, throw the ball, catch it, fake, do the step back, all the stuff that you can do it all on your own. And especially now in the summer when the season is finished, it's very important to use that time to get better. Because that's the time when you really get better in basketball, is the summer. Because now you can focus on your own game and your own talent. So that use it, especially here in Sweden, you have good weather. Where I'm from, in Iceland, you only get 2 months of good 2 or 3 months of good weather. Here it's much longer. So you should be able to use the basketball courts all summer in practice. And if you really want to make it far, you can do it. Even though you're from a small country in Sweden, in Europe, which is Sweden, you know. So everyone has the same chance to become a great player. And if you guys want to ask something, you can ask me whatever you want. Like I said, I've played in Europe for a long time. If you want to know something about anything, basketball or the life of Iceland, if you want to know about my home country, you know the capital city of Iceland? Yeah, exactly. You know another city, any other city in Iceland?
Keflavik.
Keflavik. What is the volcano that erupted 1 year ago? You know? No, Eyjafjallajökull.
Is your wife and kids in Sweden?
I've taken me and my wife have been together all the years I've played, and now I have 2 children. My daughter was born in Spain when I played in Spain, and last year when I was in France, my son was born. So I have 2 children, and we're all living here in Solna.
What are you going to do after your career is over? Are you going to be a coach, or are you going to leave basketball?
No, I think I will stay with basketball. I hopefully now, because I was talking about taking care of my body. Now that I'm a little bit older, I even have to think more about it. I have to make sure that I stretch a lot after practice. I make sure that my muscles are in good shape. Because I want to play as long as I can. Because this is the best job, like I said, in the world. I can be with my kids all day. I go to practice at 10 o'clock. I come home at 12, and I have all day with the children. So, yeah, go ahead.
Where is your wife?
She's from Iceland also, from Reykjavik. I'm from Keflavik, a little bit outside, like you said. So, yeah, she's from there, and like I said, I want to be able to play this job as long as I can, have this job, because for example, my friends who have children, they go to the work at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they see the children a little bit, and then they come home very late, and maybe go to practice, so they don't see their kids a lot. So being a basketball player, I can see my kids all day, I can play with them. You know, it's very important time now when they're young, that I can stay a long time with them and be with my family. So this is a very easy job if you think about it, and this is the most fun thing I ever do, is to play. Yes.
Have you ever had issue about what
No, I've only been 100% professional all the time, but because I went to play professional early when I was 20 years old. I didn't finish my school, so I made sure over a period of time I always took college or university courses. So last year I finished with my university, and because I was studying with basketball on the side, because you have such a long time in between practice that you can study as well and become because after basketball I'm going to have to do something, so I need to learn also. It's not only about basketball. Yes. Normally we practice in the morning at 10 to 11 or 12 o'clock, and then again at night. So it's around 4 hours per day. But in the summertime, I can do a little bit more. Maybe I would practice around 5 hours in the summer. But then I would do a weightlifting with a personal trainer, you know, or with a team. And then I would go practice at night, and then maybe some extra shooting after. Yes. Yes, I think it's very, very much fun to see all these great countries like Germany. I've been in Spain, and France, and Sweden, and Finland, and USA. I've seen all these countries, and also when we travel, we play teams in other countries. So it's. But now I'm going to stay here for 2 years because I wanted my children to be in the same school for at least more than 1 year. And they're starting now. My son is 1 year old and my daughter just turned 3. So they're starting dagis now, the first year. Yes. Yes. I will come back in September or August and start it again. This summer I will go home and I have to work on my game just like you guys have to do. Even though I'm almost 30 years old, I go home and I do the same exercises as when I was 19 and 18. Because all this, I need to keep shooting. If I want to be a better shooter, I have to shoot more and more and more. So I will do it again this summer, and I will play with my national team. And I will actually come here to play with Iceland in Sweden in July, when we have the Nordic Championship in Sundsvall. So I will come in July and play for Iceland. And I've been playing for the A national team since I was 18 years old. So I now for more than 10 years I've played for Iceland. Yes. Anything else? You have a question?
Oh, yeah, do you hang around with your other friends from Iceland here in Sweden?
Yes.
There are lots of Iceland.
Yeah, we have 4 players. So we have I have 2 friends in Sundsvall and 1 in Uppsala, and yes, we meet and we talk, and it's the first time I play with my friends when I'm professional. I always be in France and in Spain. I was the only Icelandic person, so it's special to me to be able to play against my friends in Sweden. Yes. Actually, I think Sweden is the best country I ever lived in. Of course, outside of Iceland, but because the people here are similar to our culture, to the Nordic. The Nordic people are a little bit different than the Spanish people and the French. Yes. So my wife really likes it here. She has more friends here than in Spain and in France. And there's also a lot of people from our country here. So we have more social life in Sweden, and we feel more closer to home. It's only a one flight, 2 hours, 2.5 hours to Reykjavik. So it's very. In Spain we had to fly 3 times. We would go from Reykjavik to Amsterdam, and then Amsterdam to Madrid, and from Madrid to Gijón, where I played on the north coast of Spain. So it's a little bit. I feel like I'm closer to home. Yes.
One more. Okay, thank you.